We probably deal with about 10 or 12,000 different individuals a year, with probably 250,000 encounters or contacts with these folks. The children's programs, we have the 3 family support sites, as I mentioned, so they're dealing not just with the kids, but with the parents. We also have our early learning center. Of course, at the health center, we deal with prenatal. We have obstetricians that come in. We have a pediatrician, so they deal with the children and all those programs.
Father Ryan has been honored with just about every single local award for his unyielding commitment. And while Father Ryan appreciates the recognition, it's the people of McKees Rocks who inspire him.
Well, they're great. They're salt of the earth. They're really down to earth. You know, they walk in and they tell you their whole story, and there's not a whole lot of affectation. There's not a whole lot of hidden agendas. You know, it's pretty much out there, what they have and what they do and who they are. It's not like the people I grew up with on Lincoln Avenue, you know, just real working class people. I think we have more people struggling now to exist than we did, and in those days it seemed like everybody was in the same basket of being poor and struggling somewhat. But now you got, of course, the drug and the alcohol problems. That's a big one. That has ruined so many families, and that has really torn down a lot of people. I don't think we had that problem back in the 50s and the 60s. But I think that's probably the biggest difference.
I think the place would be in a whole lot worse shape than it is. When I first came here in 1981, and I was amazed at the attitude of the people that, you know, there's no sense in talking about anything because nothing's going to happen. And I think he started making it happen.
Sister Ruth Bearer is Associate Director of the Family Health Center. A colorful mural on the side of the building includes Father Ryan and an overall anti-tobacco message for young people.
I think one of the things that I admire most about him is the fact that he talks to the local people the same way he would talk to the Pope. Doesn't make any difference. He has such a respect for the human dignity of people.
He's done a lot. He put a food bank in and started the community center. He has a program for little kids, and yeah, when they got rid of our Head Start program, all we had was Father Ryan's program.
He is Brian Anthony. He is 11 days old.
Brian Anthony's parents come here to the Focus on Renewal Community Center to feed their new baby and themselves.
They help out with food, clothing, other services like help people with homeless problems. They get monies up for some people for rent and bills, and it's a good place to be.
So now that you have the baby, it's going to help?
Oh, yes, it sure will. They even help with formula and baby diapers even. Yeah, they do a lot good in the community.
If this place wasn't here, what would you do?
Oh, we'd be in trouble because I work for another place down the street and I don't make that much.
I came down every day.
And like most McKees Rock seniors who struggle financially, 91-year-old Helen Tarantino uses the transportation and comes to the community center for lunch.
I sit and talk to the people. They treat me real nice here.
And while some criticize FOR for acquiring so many buildings, others praise the agency and Father Ryan, saying if FOR doesn't buy them, they just sit and decay, like the one next to the florist.
It's been neglected. It's falling apart. The roof is collapsing on it.
Father Ryan's approach: continue rehabilitating such buildings and for-profit business will move in. He and others are hoping to drive new development once the cultural center opens.
There's a new group called the Friends of Father Ryan. And they want this cultural center named for you.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be doing this lightly. They're determined.
We got some very determined people. Yeah. My first reaction to that was you're supposed to wait till somebody dies before you name a building after them. They're very kind, and I certainly appreciate that.
Father Ryan admits he's uncomfortable taking credit, saying it's an employee volunteer effort here.
He's here longer than I am.
And taking credit, he says, is not what this is about. He loves living here. celebrating Mass here, working here. He says he'll press on, raising money, planning a better future for McKees Rocks.
The unity that we pray for is based not on any political or economic situation, but based on the preaching, the teaching, the love of Christ. May that love touch us to improve the quality of life here, to remind people that they were valued, and to remind people that they were dignified. It's one of the big things that people need to be reminded, that they are dignified, that they are children of God, that they are loved by God, if nobody, by nobody else. And if people know that and understand that, really, then they start to act like they're dignified and that they're people who are loved. So people can say he did some of that. That would be nice.
Father Ryan lives at St. John of God Parish in McKees Rocks, where he celebrates Mass throughout the week. In the meantime, Father Ryan is a member of an economic development board in McKees Rocks, where the goal is to continue to attract new business, jobs, and development to the area. By the way, for more information on his work with Focus on Renewal, log on to our website, wqed.org/onq.